People ask me, who had more money, you or Meech? And I'd be like,
Meech, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gonna talk.
What about the Frank Lucas? You and him back in the days, did you kind of...
I never met Frank.
Never met Frank?
I met Frank when Louis Farrakhan did a drug podium, and we met there.
Because his time was a little before your time?
Before my time.
That's right. And it was more, I guess,
he did heroin.
Heroin was the thing back then.
We were different, totally different. Yeah.
Who you think? And I'm not trying to put compare. Who was the like the movement was like the biggest movement? Was it that heroin movement or was it the crack epidemic?
I don't know. I don't really. I mean, I talk about my past a little bit, but that's not really what I'm
past it?
I'm past that.
You trying to make it through?
People ask me, who had more money, you or Meech? And I'd be like,
Meech, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
No, I was about to. Yeah, I was the only thing I wanted to say.
It doesn't matter.
No, it wasn't the money part I was going to ask about with Meech. I was watching the BMF documentary the other day, and I know when you watch shows or documentary, you're like, how much of this is really true? But then the only thing I saw where they mentioned on you is when he was walking through the casino and they were introducing, people, and somebody was acting as you. Oh yeah, this is Freeway Rick Ross from whatever. Was that true where you met him in the casino for the first time? Do you even remember that?
I don't remember meeting Meech. And
you don't even remember?
First time I met Meech is when they got arrested. And Wendy Day wrote me a letter and asked me if I would talk to him about his case.
Oh, okay.
And so we kind of built up a friendship through letters. And when I got out of prison, we talked on the phone a few times until I wasn't able to take his calls anymore behind my PO.
So when we see documentaries don't mean that it's...
Well, that's not a documentary. That's just a
scripted series, right?
Series, yeah.
No, not a BMF movie. The documentary is what I actually watched. It was his documentary.
Wow.
And they showed that part where...
It was in the documentary?
It was in the documentary.
Maybe it was, at that time. It could have been.
It showed he was walking through this...
Where he saw me, because
I think he was in Atlanta. He was in Atlanta. And he was walking through the casino.
No, I wasn't in no casino in Atlanta.
Wasn't no casino in Atlanta. He would have had to be somewhere else. New Orleans?
Vegas.
No.
Vegas?
The casino might have been like an underground thing. It wasn't no public casino. It was like it wasn't no big casino.
Only time he would have probably saw me in the casino was during the fight time. Because I would go. I don't gamble, but I started going to fights and.
But do you know that sometimes, like with these stories, that's why I was asking you about thinking back, trying to figure out and reflect on everything. I think there's going to be some truth, but everything's not going to be 100.
Oh no! Even in my movie, we got some stuff where it'll be made where it's movie friendly. Even with
gotta make it exciting.
With my book, it has to be. There's some stuff in there that made it reader friendly. If it had just been me telling a story, it's not as exciting to the reader, and you have to entice the reader. Where, say for instance, the writer talks about the shoes that they were wearing, or and some of that stuff is made up. What kind of shoes they were wearing, because I didn't remember what kind of shoes I was wearing, but the writer knew what kind of shoes were being worn during that time, and they just put it in there because it stretches it out. But,
and you've done a documentary on your life before, right?
He did a few
documentaries.
Right. So when you do a documentary, is it 100% true?
I tried. My documentary is talking heads. So it's just people coming on telling what they remember. It's not a script.
A walk through your life type of thing.
Narration, but can't.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gonna talk.